Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to Trepacer Saturday Horror Reviews. And the movie that I watched is 1933's Son of Kong, of course, a sequel to King Kong. And it also came out in 1933, but it had half the budget, and they kind of had to rush it to get it out, before the end of the year to capitalize on the success of the original King Kong. But this one had like a quarter of the budget, so this movie is only about 70 minutes long. So they couldn't do all the spectacular things they did in the first movie, King Kong, with this one. And basically, this story is, like I said, it's a sequel to King Kong, and basically it starts with the character of Carl Denham, played by Robert Armstrong again, as he did in the original. He's being inundated with lawsuits because of all the destruction that Kong caused, and of course, he's flat broke and he's hiding from bill collectors, and and he's about to get indicted, and basically he has to sneak out of the place he's living to try to get away from all this. And he runs into his old friend Captain Adelhorn, who was in the first movie, and he basically tells him, "Listen, I got a little money saved up, and you can come with me on the ship, and we'll go out and get a crew, and we'll just run a cargo." And Carl Denham basically has nothing to lose because he's about to get indicted, so, and he has all these lawsuits, so he hops on the boat, and off they go. Okay, on their journey, they run into a character named Hilda. She's a young girl who's part of a little club act with her father, with training monkeys, and she sings and plays the guitar. And of course, then he's instantly smitten with her, of course. But at the same time, her father is a miserable drunk. Okay, and Denham and the captain basically they're at their wits' end because they're not really getting any kind of cargo, and the crew is getting antsy, and they're gonna have to find something to do. And of course, they run into a character named Hellstrom, who was the guy who originally gave them the map to Skull Island, where they found Kong at. And he basically tells them, there's a stretch on that island. Okay, so you got to go back. So he convinces him to go back, to go to this island. But basically, Hellstrom just wants to get away for reasons, which you see when you watch the movie. And of course, they find a young stowaway on the boat, and that will be Helda. She's stowed away on the boat because she basically has nothing to lose, and she goes on the ship with them. And of course, they go back to Skull Island. But of course, the crew not getting paid and not wanting to to get murdered by going to back Skull Island basically tosses the captain and Denham and the girl overboard, and they basically have to go back to Skull Island, and that's when they run into Son of Kong, okay, which is he's not as big as his father, but he's a friendly type, and of course they have to fight these, they run into various prehistoric creatures they have to fight, and this is, like I said, it's a decent flick. It's not the best, and you can tell that it was rushed, by the way the story, but it's still a decent watch, I think, especially for something that was rushed to get out, by the end of the year. I think they did a pretty good job, all things considered. And the stop motion, I think, is pretty good for its time. And I liked it. Again, Robert Armstrong is called Denham. Is just he carries the movie, of course, with force of his personality, because he's boisterous and big and loud. And then of course you have Helen Mack, who plays Hilda, and she's actually a pretty good lead female in this movie. She's no damsel in distress. She can take care of herself, and she's pretty good. Okay, and then of course there's a villain character in there, the Hellstrom character, which I'll let you see that to see how his character plays out in the movie. But overall, I think it's okay sequel to, not the best sequel to King Kong, because King Kong was a spectacular thing, King Kong coming to the big city and the bright lights and all that stuff, and this is kind of more low key. Okay, but it's still a decent sequel. So I'm gonna give Son of Kong a 6. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Okay, it's a decent watch. Okay, like I said, if you've seen the original, this is a nice movie to pass you by. Nothing spectacular, mind you, but it's a decent watch. Anyway, let me know what you think of. If you've seen Son of Kong, what do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. This is Trepacer saying so long and take care.